Bet you guys thought the rapture happened, huh? You thought I got raptured. No such luck for you. No such luck for you, because here I am. Here I am, here I be. Hey, Frack Skull, what up, my nigga? How it be, what it do? It's everything's all right, man. We got positivity today. Got nothing but positivity today. You know, we had a lot of negativity in the last stream, and that's just not allowed here today. Today it's all smiles and rainbows. And any credible dissent will be positively crushed. Positively crushed. Do I agree with Mendham's take on antinatalism? I'd have to hear him state his position again. It's been a lot of years since I listened to an Mendham screed. I don't really know what his position is. Isn't it a beautiful day? Bob's ass must be sore. Bob doesn't exist anymore. Bob's channel mysteriously disappeared just after the last stream. It was just a coincidence, obviously. He was planning on deleting his channel anyway. Basically, antinatalism plus all species on Earth. Oh, because he's like, yeah, I remember this. Okay. So yeah, he thinks that this idea of suffering, well, he's right. It extends to the animal kingdom, and he just thinks that all life needs to just cease. No, I don't agree. It's a new day. That's true. It's a new day. Your voice is being broadcast off of a kayak in a pond in Massachusetts. Cool. Kayaking in a pond. And listening to a neckbeard. Do you think about what you're saying before or after speaking? Well, you have to think about what you're saying before you speak to speak about it. So I would guess before for 200, Alex. You set up a Bitcoin wallet for DFF donations, you'll be surprised by the amount of donations, you think? Guys, I gotta be honest with you, I know nothing about cryptocurrency. I know nothing about it. Pretty much everybody that I know that's been into it has lost a bunch of money in it. So I just never learned about it. I never fucking came to understand it. I don't know how it works. I don't know if it's worthwhile or what. I just kind of stayed away from it. Seems like a money sink to me from where I'm sitting. Somebody pulled a U-turn without any median right in front of me on my way home. I definitely need some positivity now. Oof. Did you hit him? I hope you didn't hit him. Hope you didn't get in a car wreck. That must suck. You guys should do a DFF on how damaging and unhealthy processed food is. Why would we want to do that? That sounds like a bummer of an episode. Hey guys, here's an episode about how everything good in the world sucks. That would be a more fun episode than processed food. I mean, we could maybe find an angle on processed food, though. I think the angle on processed food is how food is processed. I think that's the DFF angle. Should do a DFF on the Monday Night Wars. Monday Night Wars. Referring to what? Like the TV wars? I don't know what we're talking about. Paul in monochrome. Yes. Forever, too. You guys will never see me in color on this ever again, dude. This is a permanent change. A permanent change to the look and feel of this show. What if you wake up one day and you're just an alien holding a bong and your mom is super pissed? Damn. What a trip, man. I'll make sure I never take another hit of whatever made me think I was this again. I'll be like, Mom, you don't even have to lecture me, Mom. I'm never going to smoke that ever again. It was horrible. I had this fucking never-ending delusion that I was some fat neckbeard. Oh my God. Please, Mom, take this bong and smash it over your knee. I'm a straight-edge alien for the rest of my life now. Yeah, dude. Been hitting the Gleeborp too hard. Accidentally had a fucking 38-year-old delusion about being a disgusting fat neckbeard. Can you recommend a good Roman movie? Also, have you seen the series Rome? A good Roman movie? I mean, I don't know. They really haven't. Spartacus is pretty cool, although I don't know how Roman it is. You know, Gladiator's a pretty cool look at the Roman Empire and stuff. They haven't really done a really super great Roman movie. I like that Caligula miniseries that they did. It's pretty good. It's like a British miniseries about Caligula. But I don't know, especially recently we haven't had the big sweeping Roman epic, you know. People aren't as interested, I guess, in ancient Rome. What's a good movie to watch stoned that isn't about... I'm assuming you meant stoners. So a stoner movie that isn't about stoners. Dude, I pimp this movie to you guys all the time, but it's a really influential movie on me, and it's a great one to watch baked. Cube, dude. Cube. If you haven't seen Cube, you know, blaze up a fatty and enjoy. Dark City, that's another good one. That's another good one. I agree. That's a good stoned watch. Any movie? I mean, maybe. I can watch a movie anytime, no matter where I'm at, but... You know, there are some that kind of fit into that stoner mentality a little bit. Apocalypse Now. Yeah. I mean, I could watch it stoned, but it's a little heavy, you know? It's a little heavy now. How about you let me check my shit? No? No? Okay. Sorry, had to do a little checking. Had to do a little checking on stuff. It happens. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Everybody calm down with the rip stream shit. You guys know these phone streams get interrupted sometimes. It happens. You gotta chill. You gotta chill. This is a positivity day. Positivity day. Every last one of you needs to be positive. You have no chill, you better find it. You better find it. You better double check your pockets again. Am I having a good weekend? I don't know. I don't really think in terms of weekends. This is why everyone thinks the world is coming to an end. What? Just in time, I'm smoking too. That should help me stay positive. Yeah, positivity. Keep it positive, y'all. You having a good week? Having a kind of a, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this last week. But let's not dwell on that. Let's not dwell on that. Let's not dwell on the negatives too much. I mean, the truth is, I haven't been feeling all too great for a few weeks. Hey, Dinor. What do you know? What do you know, bro? It's a little too. I'm trying to get out ahead of the sweatiness today. The last few days I've been able to sit on my back porch. The last few days, it's been fun. But today, nah, not today. Today we're gonna sit inside. I'm gonna sit right here. Already you guys have fallen over. Isn't it great? Let's see. Let's see if I can't make something a little better here. Hey, what do you know? That'll work. Paul is the best animu. Okay. What if this influx of positivity creates a cosmic unbalance? Okay, I don't know. I don't what. What if? What do you? Why do these? Blah, 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 blah. Why do you do these? They always seem to get you in a negative mood by the end of it. What's with all the tism in the chat? That's not a very positive comment you just made. That's not a very positive comment. Why do I do these? I think I've explained that. I think I probably answered that question more on this show than any other repeated question that I get. Why do I do these? And I think I've answered it a bunch of times. I do these because despite the angsty interactions that we sometimes have, I have fun. I think it's fun. I like facing down with you guys. I like the not knowing, what kind of show it's gonna be when I start it. So I like that. That's why I do these. I do it because I like it. There's a part of me that likes swimming in the endless tism, and there always has been. So here I am. Here I am, and here I be. Heads up for patrons. A new commentary and master post just got posted. Ooh, that's a good one. Cool. And a master post too, so that's nice. Paul does these because they're the greatest streams of all time. Yes, that is true. I feel obligated. Paul, what do you think about Dollar Shave Club? Isn't it nice? I don't know. I don't shave. Swimming in the tism with his beard acting as baleen teeth. Yeah, straining the good chunks of the tism out of the bad chunks of the tism. You tidied up your living space, Paul? You mean cleaned my room, bucko? I did tidy up in here yesterday, just my desk area. It tends to get piled up with wrappers, plates, and cups. Wrappers, plates, and cups. Do you follow Hashem's commandments? Hashem? I don't even know who that is. Let me look it up. What are Hashem's commandments, dude? What are they? Hashem's commandments. Oh, the Jewish commandments. The 613 mitzvot of Hashem.
Rabbi and noted medical doctor Moses ben Maimon, also known as Maimonides and Rambam. Whoa. So his name is Moses ben Maimon, but he's also known as Maimonides and Rambam. What a name. Was born Passover Eve 1135 CE and died in Egypt on 20th Tevet, December 20th, 1204. He was a preeminent medieval Jewish philosopher, one of the greatest Torah scholars of the Middle Ages and of all times. His carefully calculated list of the 613 biblical commandments, there's 613 of these, is still considered generally accepted as authoritative by Jews of all movements and all sects. Whoa, dude, Rambam, man. There's 600 and something of these? Jesus Christ. And they're all, okay, so they're all broken up. He has them all broken up into like topic here. So marriage, divorce, and family. Okay, so some of these are obviously from the Old Testament. So to honor your father and mother, not to smite your father and mother, or curse your father and mother, to reverently fear your father and mother, to be fruitful and multiply, that a eunuch shall not marry a daughter of Israel, that a mamzer, what's a mamzer, shall not marry a daughter of a Jew. What's a mamzer? A mamzer, estranged person, is a person born from certain forbidden relationships or the descendant of such a person. In the Hebrew Bible and religious law, one born out of incest, or someone who has a mamzer as a parent. What is a mamzer? A mamzer is a child that is a product of an adulterous or incestuous union. So you can't marry somebody that's the product of an adulterous union or an incestuous union. One of those is probably a good rule. That an Ammonite or a Moabite shall never marry the daughter of an Israelite. These are just ancient, nationalities. Not to exclude a descendant of Esau from the community of Israel for 3 generations. So you can't. Not to exclude an Egyptian from the community of Israel for 3 generations. That there shall be no harlot in Israel. That is, there shall be no intercourse with a woman without previous marriage with a deed of marriage and formal declaration of marriage. To take a wife by kiddushin, the sacrament of marriage. Okay, so the kiddushin is the sacrament of marriage. That the newly married husband shall be free for 1 year to rejoice with his wife. What? That the newly married husband shall be free for 1 year to rejoice with his wife. And then after a year, you don't get to rejoice anymore? That a bridegroom shall be exempt for a whole year from taking part in any public labor, such as military service, guarding the wall, and similar duties. So that, like, getting married, you could dodge the draft back in the day. That's kind of cool. Not to withhold food, clothing, or conjugal rights from a wife. Oh. So you can't be like, that's just saying, like, if the wife is like, hey, I'm hungry, you can't be like, go hungry, bitch, you gotta give her some food. And if she's like, hey, I'm horny, you can't be like, get out of here, bitch, you gotta give her some dick. That the woman suspected of adultery shall be dealt with as prescribed in the Torah. Oof. How is that? How is that? Numbers 5:30, is that where that's taken care of? Let's see. How's a woman supposed to be dealt with? An adulterous woman. When feelings of jealousy come over a man because he suspects his wife, the priest is to have her stand before the Lord and is to apply the adultery test. This is the law of jealousy. When a wife goes astray and defiles herself while under her husband's authority, or when a feeling of jealousy comes over the husband. and he suspects his wife. He is to have the woman stand before the Lord, and the priest is to apply to her this entire ritual. The husband will be free from guilt, but the woman shall bear her iniquity. So basically, if you even suspect that your wife is cheating on you, then you can drag her into the church and have her, like, grilled about it. The one who defames his wife's honor by falsely accusing her of unchastity before marriage must live with her all his lifetime. Well, don't you have to live with her all your lifetime too, because she's your wife? The one that defames his wife's honor by falsely accusing her of unchastity before marriage must live with her all his lifetime. How's that good for both of these people? What a weird rule. That's a real weird one. So a dude goes, hey, you were a whore before we got married. And that woman isn't going to want to be with that dude. That dude doesn't want to be with that woman. But according to this rule, they got to stay together forever as punishment. It makes no sense. The man may not divorce his wife concerning whom he has published an evil report about her unchastity. So if you say that your wife was a whore before you got married, you're not allowed to even file for a divorce at that point. You're just forced to stay in it. Damn. To divorce by a formal written document. Oh, so divorce is actually right in here. The Jews like divorce. That one who divorced his wife shall not remarry her if after the divorce she has been married to another man. So you can get divorced and remarry a woman as long as you both stayed single, or as long as she stayed single. You can go get married to another woman if you want. And then she dies or leaves you, and then you can go back and get with your ex-wife, but only if she hasn't found another dude. That a widow whose husband died childless must not be married to anyone but her deceased husband's brother. Judaism is awkward. That's awkward. So you marry a dude, right? He's killed in a war, right? Oh, look, TJ Does Life gave me $1, but he forgot that $1 doesn't let him say anything. Yeah, that's awkward. So if you get married, your husband goes off to war, croaks in the war, then someday his brother is gonna knock on your door, like you're gonna be like, she's gonna answer it like, hello. She opens it up and it's her husband, her dead husband's brother, like, hello there, Martha. So sorry to hear about Jebediah passing away. I'm here to take what's mine. I don't know. That sounds a little awkward to me. Let's see. To marry the widow of a brother who has died childless. This is only in effect insofar as it requires the procedure of release below, that the widow formally release the brother-in-law if he refuses to marry her. What? Wait a minute. So the brother can take a look at his dead brother's ex-wife, widow or whatever, and be like, nah. But if he says, I want you, she can't say shit. So it's a one-way street. Ooh, forbidden sexual relations is the next category. So not to indulge in familiarities with relatives such as kissing, embracing, winking, or skipping, all of which may lead to incest. Wait a minute, hold the fucking phone here. We've delved into some fucking weird shit already, but this number 82 on the list of commandments is just, I don't even understand. Let me read that one again. Not to indulge in familiarities with relatives such as kissing, embracing, winking, or skipping, which may lead to incest. Winkly dinkly. What the fuck? And then the rest of it is just a lot of different, like, okay, so don't, not to commit incest with one's mother. Figured that was the case. Not to commit sodomy with one's father. Not to commit incest with one's father's wife. Not to commit incest with one's sister. Not to commit incest with one's father's wife's daughter. Not to commit incest with one's son's daughter. Not to commit incest with one's daughter's daughter. I mean, like, all of these have to be. Why can't you just say, like, don't fuck your family? I mean, this is all just so explicit. It just goes on and on. Not to commit incest with one's daughter. This is not explicitly in the Torah, but is inferred from other explicit. Oh, so they forgot. They listed literally every other one in the Torah except for one's daughter, and that has to be found elsewhere. So, not to commit incest with everything else is literally listed very explicitly right there in the Torah. But the daughter, that one might be okay. Not to commit incest with one's son's wife. I mean, it just goes on and on. Let's see. Not to commit sodomy with a male. Wait a minute. I'm looking. I'm looking for sodomy. Dude, butt fucking a chick is totally cool in Judaism. You wanna butt fuck? Go ahead. You wanna butt fuck? Go ahead. Go ahead. Give a butt fuck. Have a butt fuck. It's okay. That's pretty cool. Not to castrate the male of any species, neither a man nor a domestic or wild beast nor a fowl. Cool. Interesting. And this just goes on and on, man. Like I said, there's like 600 of these, I think, in total. Of these commandments. Okay, hold on. So, ritual purity. That 8 species of creeping things defile by contact. This is in Leviticus 11:9 or 11:29 through 30. Let me check that. Of the animals that move along the ground, these are the unclean for you: the weasel, the rat, any kind of great lizard, the gecko, the monitor lizard, the wall lizard, the skink, and the chameleon. So, what I'm understanding from this is that if you touch these things, they defile you. Jews are weird, man. This is just like, this goes on and on. Yeah, it's 613 commandments that have been laid out by our old friend Rambam, dude. Rambam was the one that went and collected all these and ordered them so that people can read them and stuff. You like Dune, Paul. Explain to me what was the point of Count Fenring? I mean, advancing the plot. I mean, I don't know. Count Fenring is not a huge character in Dune. Your beard nasty. My beard nasty? That doesn't sound very positive at all. I don't think you read the fucking title of this stream, kiddo. But that was not nice and that was not positive. We're having a positive stream. We're having a positive day today. And that kind of negativity is just going to get you timed out. It's going to get you timed out and banned. My longest beard hair is longer than yours. No, it isn't, Vincenzo. No, it isn't. It isn't, it isn't. Daddy Paul, indeed. Yeah, there's a lot of shit. There's a lot of commandments. Like the Christians have it pretty easy. They've got like they only got 10. You know what I mean? They got 10. Wow, we learned a lot there. We learned a lot about the Jewish people, particularly their rules about incest and who you can fuck when, what you can say about your wife, those sort of things, you know? Paul, do you ever go through the neighborhoods where the Cash Money music videos were filmed? No, I don't. Your beard is of God. Cool. Look up the 1050 New Testament commands. There are 1050. What? What the fuck? There's 1050 of these? Maybe the Christians don't get off right. Fuck you. Why don't you get out of here? Yes, leave the site. Could you get the fuck out of here, please? Thank you. The fuck? 1050 New Testament commandments. 1,000. Okay, so these are not necessarily commandments, but they're just laws. They're like, rules or whatever. Yeah, I guess I was wrong. I guess Christians don't have it easy. Ten do's. Here are 10 do's. Do good to them that hate you. That's not a bad one. Do to others what you expect from them. That's the golden rule. Okay, that's the golden rule right there. Do unto others, right? Do violence to no man. Okay, I can get behind that. Do good. Put God first and live. Okay, that one seems a little lame. Do all to God's glory. See, these do's are starting to get lame. They started pretty good. I could agree with the first 2 or 3 of them, honestly. Do all things without murmuring and disputing. Did you hear that? Did you hear that, chat? I want to read that one again because that's a commandment that all of you need. You ready for this? Do all things without murmuring or disputing. No critical thought indeed. Do all things without dispute. Do what you're told. No murmurs, no disputes. God has commanded it. Do those things which were seen and heard in me. So I'm assuming Jesus. Do your own business. Holy shit. This is a biggie. This is a biggie. This is a commandment or a law or whatever you want to call it from First Thessalonians that everybody needs to fucking get with, including myself, but mostly not myself, mostly you. Mind your motherfucking business. Do your own business. Don't you got business to handle? You got business of your own? Huh? Get out of here. Do your own business. And the last one on that list is do the work of an evangelist, which here's some do nots. Here's some do nots. Do not alms before people. So this is like begging. Do not beg from people. Do not sound trumpet before you when giving alms. Oh, okay. So do not give alms. What? Wait a minute. Hold on. I gotta go. We gotta dig a little deeper into do not alms before people because this is not making a whole lot of sense. It's Matthew 6:1. Let's see if we can find a reasonable explanation of this. Okay. So be careful to not practice your righteousness in front of others to be seen by them. If you do, you will have no reward from your Father in heaven. Or, so when you give to the needy, do not announce it with trumpets, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and on the streets, to be honored by others. So this is basically just saying, if you do good things for people, don't run around. Yeah, no virtue signaling. No like, oh, look at what I do. Oh, everybody look at this. I'm about to give this coin to a beggar. Oh, what a nice person. You know, no virtue signaling. Don't get behind that. Do not works of Pharisees. We're going to have to look at that again. Like these are, you know, you got to take a deeper look at some of these just to kind of understand what's being commanded of you here. Do not works. I mean, this might just mean don't work for the Pharaoh. Like don't take orders from the Pharaoh or whatever. Let's see. Therefore, all that they tell you do and observe, but do not according to their deeds, for they say things and do not do them. They tie up heavy burdens and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves are unwilling to move them with so much as a finger. But they do all their deeds to be noticed by men, for they broaden their phylacteries and lengthen the tassels of their garments. They love the place of honor at banquets and the chief seats in the synagogues and respectful greetings in the marketplaces and being called rabbi by men. But do not be called rabbi, for one is your teacher, and you are all brothers. Do not call anyone on earth your father, for one is your Father, he who is in heaven. So this is basically about like, don't be a rich hypocrite. This is what I get from this. So don't walk around with your tassels all fucking long and trying to show off to people and shit. I can get behind that. That's fine. Do not love in word only. Okay, well, we could extrapolate what this means. I mean, love is kind of a weird concept, isn't it? It's like nobody really knows exactly what it is. But you know, this is just saying like, don't just say you love somebody, show it. Act like it. I get that. I can get that. I can get behind that. I love that this is in here because it's just such, the cognitive dissonance is real. So the next one is, and I'm just going to read this to you guys. Do not give heed to fables. I'm just going to let that one slide. We'll just let that one slide, Christianity. Do not give heed to genealogies. Isn't like the first part of the Bible nothing but a long genealogy? Let's check into this one because I want to see what it means by genealogies. I want to see if it means what I'm thinking it means, which is don't care about who begat who. which the first part of the goddamn Bible is. Let's see. Hold on, let me make sure I'm in the right place here. This is 1 Timothy 1:4. 1 through 4. Okay, so command in keeping with the prophecies. Okay, I was right. It's basically saying, like, don't care where a person came from, judge them, you know what I mean, which makes no sense because it's a book of genealogy. Do not err. Do not err? Never make an error? Is that what they mean by that? Hold on. Let's take a look. Don't be deceived, my dear brothers and sisters. Every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights, who does not change like shifting shadows. He chose to give us birth through the word of truth, that we might be a kind of first fruits of all he created. I don't think that's the correct. Is that what I'm looking for here? Let's search. Yeah. Not really sure what's going on there. I mean, error can mean like make an error, or it can mean to go astray. So it might mean don't err from the path of God or whatever the fuck. Do not commit adultery, do not kill, do not fashion self according to former lusts. Let's try and dig a little deeper on that one. Do not fashion self. As obedient children, do not conform to the evil desires you had. Okay, so this is like, don't be a backslider, right? If you become a Christian, don't be going back and doing the shit you were doing before you was a Christian. That's what I get from that. Seven halves, 14 holds, 6 classes to honor. It just goes on and on. I mean, it's just, this list isn't like incredibly long. 100 lets. So let your light shine, let your conversation be yea, nay. Let your conversation be yea, nay. Again, you have heard that the ancients were told, you shall not make false vows, but shall fulfill your vows to the Lord. But I say to you, make no oath at all, either by heaven, for it is the throne of God, or by the earth, for it is the footstool of his feet, or by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king. Nor shall you make an oath by your head, for you cannot make one hair white or black, but let your statement be yes, yes, or no, no. Anything beyond these is of evil. So no conversation? I guess it's maybe not no conversation, but it's, don't make vows, don't make proclamations. Just, if you're gonna talk to somebody, say yes, yes, or no, no, no. That's it. No, why no? No, why yes? Let your enemy have your cloak. Is this another do unto your enemy type of thing? Let's see. Let's check it out. And anyone who wants to sue you and take your shirt, hand over your coat as well. That doesn't seem like a very good way to, like, make a living. You know what I mean? Anyone who wants to sue you to take your shirt, hand over your coat as well. Okay. Let blind leaders alone. Okay, let's get some context. Leave them. They are blind guides. If the blind lead the blind, both will fall into a pit. So this is talking about ignoring people who you consider to be false prophets or leading people astray. This is like disregard the fucking idiots that are talking shit. That's interesting. Let everyone deny themselves. Deny themselves. Jesus said to his disciples, whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me. So this is all about that. Like Christians have this thing like dying to the world or dying to self. I mean, you're reborn in Jesus or whatever. There's 100 lets, and I'm not going to read them all, but there's only 12 let's nots. Let not your left hand know what the right hand does. This one, I mean, is obviously not talking about hands. When you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. So this is another don't brag about giving things. Like if you give, even your left hand should not know that fucking coin went in that needy person's purse. You know what I mean? Your left hand should be like, where did the money go? And the right hand is like, I don't know. Who's to say? That's the way it's supposed to be. Let not man sever those who are married. So this is like, don't be a fucking homewrecker. Don't break up somebody's marriage, which I agree. Like if somebody's married, you need to stay out of their shit until they're not married. Let's not be good, evil spoken. Let not good be evil spoken of. Oh, okay. So don't let people say bad things about good things. Right? Let's see. Accept the one whose faith is weak without quarreling over disputable matters. One person's faith allows them to eat anything, but another whose faith is weak eats only vegetables. The one who eats everything must not treat with contempt the one who does not. And the one who does not eat everything must not judge the one who does, for God has accepted them both. Who are you to judge someone else's servant? To their own master servants stand or fall, and they will stand, for the Lord is able to make them stand. This is like, without all the Lord shit, this is a good one. You know what I mean? Our current world could use wisdom like this, could it not? Accepting somebody even though they have a different opinion or take a different position than you do. Accepting somebody because they live their life in a way that you wouldn't live their life, but looking at them and going like, okay, well, you do what you do. I do what I do. I like that. I'm okay with that. One person considers one day more sacred than another. Another considers every day alike. Each of them should be fully convinced in their own mind. Whoever regards one day as special does so to the Lord. Whoever eats meat does so to the Lord, for they give thanks to God. And whoever abstains does so to the Lord and gives thanks for God. So it's like just saying, basically what they're saying here is we're all human. We're all human beings. And this person over here might live his life differently than you. He might have some different positions than you. But it's not your job to change him. It's not your job to ridicule him and to try and get him to think the way that you think. You got to worry about your own shit. Right? You have big hands. Big hands, I know you're the one. When I'm walking, I strut my stuff, and I'm so strung out. Let not sin reign in the body. Sin reign in the body. What are we talking about here? Therefore, do not let sin reign in your mortal body, so that you obey its evil desires. Do not offer any part of yourself to sin as an instrument of wickedness, but rather offer yourselves to God. For sin shall no longer be your master, because you are not under the law, but under grace. So this is basically like, don't, if you get a boner, don't touch it. Don't touch that boner. Your vagina gets wet, don't schlick that vag. Don't let sin reign in your body. Just let that boner go away on its own, all right? Unless you got a wife to go stick it in, then go do that. Otherwise, hands off of that boner. Hands off of that vagina. Hands above the covers. Let not him that eateth despise him that doth not. This and the next most probably refer to meat offered to idols, since eating vegetables only is not in the world. Well, not in the word. Do not him that eateth not judge him that does. Okay, so this is, once again, this is all kind of related to offering meat to idols or whatever the fuck. Let not the wife depart from her husband, and let not the husband put away his wife. This is an interesting one because these two, because it seems like, oh, that's good. The rule goes both ways. Right? No. They're worded differently. And there's a reason for that. Let's see if we can discover what it is. Let not the wife depart from her husband. Okay. Okay. Let not the husband put away his wife. Why not let not the husband depart from his wife? Why do we get different rules? Well, the way I understand it is, wife's not allowed to leave under any circumstances. Let not the wife depart from her husband. But the husband only has one little angle on that. And let not the husband put away his wife. So the husband can't send the wife away, but he can leave. The wife can't ever leave. Let not the husband put away his wife. So you can't be like, get out of my house, bitch. You can't kick her out and send her somewhere else, but you can pack up your shit and leave her. See, the rules are a little different. You gotta read the context in these. Men and women got different rules to read by. Let not the Christian put away the unsaved companion who wishes to remain. Man, dude, how many Christians don't live by this one right here? If I understand that correctly, I'm going to go ahead and read 1 Corinthians 7, 12, and 13. Let's see. Because I want to make sure I'm getting this. Make sure I'm understanding this. To the rest I say this. If any brother has a wife who is not a believer and she's willing to live with him, he must not divorce her. And if a woman has a husband who is not a believer and he's willing to live with her, she must not divorce him. This is a way more important rule than it seems, because it means that you can't judge someone that doesn't believe the same way you do. Look at that, right there in the Bible. Accept people with different beliefs, right there in the Bible. How many Christians living by that? What happened, dude? Showed up late to this party. Where can I find this list you're looking at? It's wholebible.com/nt_commandments.htm. wholebible.com/nt_commandments.htm. That's what we're looking at. We're almost done with our let's not, so let's just finish out the list. Let not the sun go down on wrath. Whoa. Let's see what that's about. Let not the sun go down on wrath. In your anger, do not sin. Do not let the sun go down while you're still angry. I need different translations here. Let's go through some different. Oh, okay, I get it. In your anger, do not sin. Do not let the sun go down while you are still angry, and do not give the devil a foothold. Okay, so this is a good one. This is basically don't go to bed angry. Don't carry something from one day to the next that makes you hate somebody because it's gonna fucking eat you alive. I can get with that. Yeah, don't let the sun go down on wrath. Showed up late. Okay, I answered you. That works. I like that one. We're almost through here. At least through the let's nots. Let not fornication, uncleanliness, covetousness, filthiness, foolish talking, and jesting be mentioned among you as you becometh saints. Wow. Foolish talking, like I can get, okay, so fornication, you're not supposed to do. Uncleanliness, covetousness, filthiness, but you can't. Foolish talking and jesting? That's all we do here. It's against the Bible. No more foolish talk. No more jesting amongst this crowd. Too much jesting going on out there. And finally, let not unworthy widows be supported by the church. What the fuck? All right, 1 Timothy. Let's find out what this is about. No widow may be put on the list of widows unless she's over 60, has been faithful to her husband, and is well known for her good deeds, such as bringing up children, showing hospitality, washing the feet of the Lord's people, helping those in trouble, and devoting herself to all kinds of good deeds. As for younger widows, do not put them on such a list, for when their sensual desires overcome their dedication to Christ, they want to marry. Thus, they bring judgment on themselves because they have broken their first pledge. Besides, they get into the habit of being idle and going about from house to house. And not only do they become idlers, but also busybodies who talk nonsense, saying things they ought not to. Man, they knew women back in the day too, didn't they? So I counsel younger widows to marry, to have children, to manage their homes, and to give enemy no opportunity for slander. So this is just saying, like, old ladies, take care of them. Young widows, though, they be hoes. Tell that bitch to go get married again. Don't be giving her no panhandling. Don't be giving her no charity or nothing. Tell that bitch to go get married again, because she's just a busybody. They just go from house to house, you see. I see you. I see you out there. Going house to house. Single moms, yeah. I guess so. Wow. I didn't really expect us to be delving into the Bible and the Torah today, but, you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I mean, there's, like I said, there's 1,050 of these. Crazy. 6 put-offs. Put off the old man? What does this mean? What does this mean? Put off the old man. You were taught with regard to your former way of life to put off your old self, which is being corrupted by its deceitful desires, to be made new in the attitude of your mind, and to put on the new self created. Okay, so this is not talking about like just old men in general. This is talking about putting off the old you. So when you're born again, the old you has to die. You got to die to that. You got to be like, I'm not that anymore, I'm this new thing. It's not talking about just old men in general. Context is important. You know what I mean? Put off anger, put off wrath, put off malice, put off blasphemy, and put off filthy conversation. Filthy conversation. Yep, but now you must put them all away. Anger, wrath, malice, slander, and obscene talk from your mouth. You filthy fucks out here in the chat could learn something from this. All this fucking obscenity needs to stop. Dirty, disgusting, filthy fucking mouths, man. All this obscene talk coming out of you guys in this chat, you know? Right here. Colossians 3:8, right there. It says, put it away. Put it away. All your filthy talk. 3 things to rebuke certain sinners, rebels, and works of darkness. So you got to rebuke the rebel. Christianity likes conformity, not rebellion. So you got to rebuke that rebel. 8 things to think on. So here's what you should be spending your time thinking about. 8 things. Things about your true self. Think about yourself. Things true. Things honest. Things just. Things pure. Things lovely. Things of good report. And things of virtue. Anything outside of that, waste your fucking time. And think soberly, too. Think soberly. Okay. Well, I've had just about enough of this bullshit. It's interesting, though. There's some good rules in there woven in throughout all the bullshit. You know? Mind your own fucking business. Don't be a busybody. You know what I mean? I can get behind some of the Bible. Some of the Bible is okay by me. I'll be honest. Some of it, though, clearly not. Clearly not. Read your Bible and do what it say. Well. Do 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 do. I'm not religious. Well, good for you. Good for you, bud. What about the Quran, dude? What about it? Read the Quran and do what it say. Did you watch the latest South Park? No, I don't watch South Park. I haven't watched South Park in years, dude. I'm like 8 seasons behind on South Park, so don't even bother asking me about South Park. Because I'll tell you right now, I'm completely unaware of anything that's happened on South Park. It's still good. Whatever. For me, not so much. You hear Stan died? Maybe he did. I don't know. But if he did, who gives a shit? Eh? So what if he did? So what if he did, huh? What's it to you? Well, I think we're about done for the day. Thank you guys for chilling. Thank you for Bible studying and Torah studying with me today. I'll see you next time, huh? Goodbye.